Hey everybody, it's Greg Rice. We're here at Nexus Property Management's headquarters in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And today I love to share my experiences, my examples with you, because that's how I learn. And I'm sure you at home learn and value our experiences as well. So we just had a client, okay, a great client. One of my favorites, as a matter of fact. Lives in California and has some properties here in Rhode Island. So she says, Greg, we love you guys. You do a great job. But these painting costs are eating us alive. Eating us alive. Taking all our profits. I agree. 100% agree. Your painting costs are always, in my experience, the bulk of your turnover. The labor is crazy. Every inch has to be accounted for. Somebody's got to hit that wall, that corner, that edge. Don't get it on the window. Don't get it on the carpet. Don't get it on the ceiling. That's a different paint. Don't get it on the trim. That's a different paint. It's very, very time consuming. It's very tedious. It's not just, and even if you're spraying, you still got to prep the whole place. You got to cover it. That takes a day. So labor is the name of the game. Then you got to buy the product. Paint ain't cheap either. You get 5 gallons, almost $200. Okay? A lot of these apartments too are 1,000 square feet, 1,200 square feet, and that is a lot of wall, a lot of space to cover. And the older houses specifically are more ornate. They have more curvature. They have more designs. They have more nooks and crannies and built-in shelves and, you know, mantle, fireplace. There's so much going on. With the newer houses, they're boxes, you know, relatively simple, straight, you know, less time required, less cutting in, less trim work, etc. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that painting is a bearer of bad news, and it always will be. So here are 3 options that you can do to save or potentially change your process when it comes to a turnover. Okay, and this is directly to our wonderful owner in California. You can thank her for this topic. So the first option, you don't want to hire Nexus because we're too expensive. What you should do is hire a handyman. Somebody that's maybe semi-retired, has the time, is not in a rush, doesn't have a huge company, huge overhead. They're just looking for odd jobs or purpose, something to do, some extra cash to supplement their income. Have that person jump right in. Boom. Do the painting, do the cleaning, debris removal, etc. That's reasonable, but again, it's kind of hard to find that person because of how many apartments there are here in Rhode Island and southeastern Mass. Those people are in high demand, or they usually own their own properties and they're not going to work at your properties. So that's the conundrum there, is that yes, we have a lot of work to offer folks, but the work is dispersed in such a way that it's almost hard to find people because everybody's in the same boat that you are. So that's the catch-22 there. The second option, not my favorite, but it's still an option, is to skip the painting. Maybe you wipe the walls down. Again, not my favorite thing, but you're immediately cutting out 60-70% of the turnover cost and the time. You wipe down the walls. Maybe if there's a hole, you patch it, sand it down a little bit when it dries, and then you just tell the upcoming tenant, listen, you know, the walls aren't painted, but the rest of the apartment is clean and it's functional. And they may say, okay, I'm going to hang a picture there anyways. Or, you know, that's okay, I'm going to do this. Or, I'll paint it. Maybe the tenant says they'll paint it. Who knows? A lot of times tenants do paint their own unit. So that's an option as well. And my third and final option, which is probably my favorite of the 3, naturally, I'm biased, but it is to have your management company, such as Nexus, handle everything in the turnover but the painting. Okay, and then when the painting comes, you bring in either that handyman or another company like a CertaPro, somebody that can come, bing, bang, boom, and get out. But again, you're at their mercy. You don't know what their pricing will be. They may be same as us. They might be more as us. Or you don't know their quality. Will they return if there's an issue? What type of paint are they using? Can we match it and spot it in 2 years? We can. We've used the same paint for 8 years. We have our own specific code at Home Depot. So again, catch-22 wherever you go. Painting is the bearer and will always be the bearer of bad news. It's just how you approach it. Personally, I bite the bullet. I full paint. Every time. Full paint. Sometimes I get lucky. It's just a spot paint. If the tenant's good, they want their deposit back, they're going to ensure they keep that unit in the best condition as possible. So you may get lucky there. But overall, I don't skimp, because in the end of the game, which is the end of the year, I'm writing that off. And it's an improvement to my property. So yes, I may lose money today, tomorrow, next month, but in the long haul, I'm winning. Okay? So that's how I look at it. Real estate is definitely a long game. You don't see the benefits sometimes until you're gone. It's so ironic. A lot of people that have a lot of real estate, they pass on, they die. And then their families inherit all these apartments, and they call us. They don't know what to do with them. But there's no mortgage on them, all right? It's crazy. So it's a long game. Just keep that in mind. And do keep track of today, but try to focus more on tomorrow is our advice here. Almost a decade now in business, and seeing how owners operate, and the most successful ones versus the not so successful ones. So take this as it is, and as always, any feedback, throw it in the comments below, and maybe I'll get back to you. Once again, Greg Rice from Nexus Property Management. Your property, your walls, managed.